Hi everyone, the Home Service Pro here. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to change out a P-trap on your bathroom sink drain. I'm going to show you a couple of different types of nuts and ferrules that come along with your P-trap and how to use them. Let's get right after it. Okay guys, so this is the P-trap we're going to be changing out. So what's going on with this is when the sink is running, you can see they've got a bucket down here on the bottom of the cabinet that they're catching water. When the sink runs, water drips out from around this nut. You can see a little bit of water standing on top of this nut. You can see that this nut's actually loose, but we've tightened it up a couple of times and it doesn't seem to want to tighten up and seal properly. So we're going to go ahead and just replace the P-trap altogether. So the first thing you're going to do is you want to have that little bucket that's down here, and when you loosen up this nut, you're probably going to get a little bit of water that's going to come out of the P-trap. There it is. And so we caught most of that with that bucket. We're going to go ahead and loosen up the other nut over here. And most of the time, these are only going to be hand tight, which that's all they should have to be to make a proper seal. Now that that one's loose, we're going to go ahead and pull the actual weir of the trap down. We're going to go ahead and empty the trap right into our bucket here. There we go. Then the last nut that we actually have to loosen up is this guy right back here. This is actually called a marvel. Okay, the marvel or a trap adapter. That's what the P-trap attaches to the plumbing at the wall with. So now we're going to go ahead and loosen up this nut, back this guy right off. Now that the nut is loose, we're going to go ahead and wiggle him back and forth and pull it right on out of that drain. So now we have the old P-trap off. We're going to go ahead and take this nut here and the ferrule, which is the rubber. A lot of times they're clear plastic, but this particular one is rubber. We're going to go ahead and pull that off. Go ahead and slide the nut off, and we're going to, because all of that comes with the new P-trap. We'll go ahead and open up the new P-trap here. So as you can see, the old P-trap had the rubber ferrules. The new P-trap had the clear plastic ferrules. Neither one works better than the other one. They both work very well. There's just a particular direction that you've got to put these on. So whenever you put your nuts on, you're going to put a nut back on up on this tailpiece here for the sink. When you put that on, you want to put the nut up to where the threads are facing down. So you're going to slide that up on. Now the ferrule itself, I don't know if you can see that in the picture, but the ferrule is actually shaped kind of like a triangle on this edge. So this edge here comes right down to a point, and this back edge is kind of flat. So you want to put the flat side up toward your nut, because the wedge side, I'll show you here in just a moment. Let me go ahead and get this ferrule slid up on here. So the flat side up toward your nut. You want to go ahead and just slide that right on up the pipe to get it up high enough to where that P-trap can go on. You can always slide this back down to get it to go into the P-trap. So on the P-trap itself, you can see this is the P-trap. The side that has the area where you can slide it up, that's actually to slide up onto the tailpiece. You always put this piece toward the sink. Now, the flanged side, or the beveled side of this ferrule, when you tighten this nut down, it pushes that flange side, or that beveled side, down in here. And that's actually what's making our seal. It's tightening against this by jamming that down in there. So we're going to go ahead. You want to go get one nut. Now this type of P-trap, you can see again, this tail piece here, you can see that this side right here is beveled. So it mates right into this side, just like that. And again, as that's tightened down, it pulls that down, and that makes that seal. So you don't have to put a ferrule on this style at the P-trap 90. Some styles you do have to put that ferrule there, but you'll notice that this one does have that beveled edge. If it has the beveled edge, you don't have to. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on, just tighten this up by hand. So there is another style of nut out there that has the ferrule built into it. I'm going to go ahead and show you one of those. Let me set this down for a second. So this nut here, I'm going to grab a regular nut and this one here. So with this one here, you can see inside of it, the ferrule is actually built into that. If you flip it around, it looks like a normal nut, but when you look at it from this side, you can see that ferrule. It's actually built right on into the inside. This is what a normal nut looks like. It's just threads. There's no ferrule inside there. So this style, you don't need to use a ferrule. So we're going to go ahead and use this style. We're going to go ahead and put that right onto our pipe here. This is our tail piece that goes into the wall. We're going to go ahead and slide it into the wall. We're going to go ahead and loosen this nut right here, right on up, and take the weir of the P-trap right off. And then we're going to go ahead and slide this up on here. We're going to slide this out, get these two lined up, and then we're going to go ahead and tighten this right down on here. There we go. Just get that just kind of snug. Now we're going to slide this down. Remember I told you that this ferrule up here, we just got to slide this ferrule down to where it's tight onto the P-trap. Once it's there, we're going to go ahead and tighten this nut up. And you don't need to use pipe dope, Teflon tape, or anything like that with this. The ferrules do all the sealing. So as I tighten that down, we're going to go ahead and get a little bit rougher with this. Just get that as tight as you can by hand. And now that's good and tight and it's not going to come apart. We're going to go ahead and snug this up just a little bit. Now this one that goes up on here, we're just going to slide it on, tighten it up. And remember, the ferrule's already built into this one, so we don't need to put a ferrule on there. So all we got to do is tighten that up, get it good and tight right there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the water on up top. We're going to go ahead and plug the drain. We're going to let that sink fill up a little bit. And once that sink has a little bit of water in it, we're going to go ahead and release it. And we're going to check to make sure that we're not having any water dripping out of any of these seams here, up here. And we can check to make sure, because now that we've wiggled all this around, we want to make sure that this slip tail extension isn't leaking up here. And we'll keep an eye on the bottom of the sink and everything just to make sure everything's good and tight. We'll go ahead and let that water go. Let's see what happens here. I can hear that water going down through there. And I don't see any drips at all. Sounds like the sink is completely empty at this point. It's still, I still got the faucet running. So we're just going to keep an eye on this for a second just to make sure we don't have any drips. Everything's looking good so far. And so I'm going to say that that's probably good. Let me shut this faucet off. There we go. And everything, there's no drips, no dribbles. Everything looks good. Okay, guys, so we got that P-trap replaced, but I did want to show you the old trap. Remember how I was telling you how the Trap 90 itself, that one there, it was beveled, so we didn't have to put a ferrule on it. This one here that we removed, you can see it actually has to have the ferrule on there. If I pop this ferrule off, you can see that that's squared off. It's not actually beveled at all. That's where this comes in, because you can see that this is beveled. And that back side is flat. So the flat side on this style, it would go up on here just like that, with the flat style against this flat ridge in the back. Now, with that like that, now that's beveled, so when it goes into the P-trap itself, you can see that the inside of that's a little bit beveled, and that'll mate right up right there like that. And as the nut tightens, it just pulls that together and makes that seal with that rubber instead of with a ferrule, with a plastic ferrule. But either one, sometimes these come with plastic ferrules. Most of the time they come with rubber if you need that for this Trap 90. Like I said, the one that we just put in did not require it. It was built into the trap. So there you go, guys. We got the P-trap installed. It's not leaking. It's working great. So if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day. And remember, you've got this. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks.